ready to be seduced by Lethal Ladies, Inc.
I like it, girl, I like it, keep on like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, keep, girl, like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, keep, girl. I like it, girl, I like it, keep on like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, keep, girl. Keep, girl. Like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, keep, girl. Like it, I like it, girl, I like it, keep on like it, girl, I like it, girl, I like it, keep on like it, girl. Like it, girl. Keep, girl. Like it, girl. Keep, girl.
Announcing Lethal Ladies Inc., the exclusive collaboration between Crawling iArt and Deadites on Deck, offering the unique and horrifyingly creative side of t-shirt design, dolls and figures, jewellery, candles, blended teas, and so much more. Coming soon to a horror convention near you.
Howdy, gang, and hey, the poet. Welcome to another Horror Movies I Am Thankful For. In a little bit, I will be talking about Evil Dead 2 and The Gates of Hell, aka City of the Living Dead, and tell you why I am thankful for these two movies. Now, I do have to apologize and make a correction, especially if Russell watched my stream from last night, because he's probably thinking, what in the heck? And later I was like, what in the heck were you thinking, Dana? So also for the benefit of Menelec, so he doesn't think that, oh my gosh, is she not gonna, I gave this super chat, is she not gonna do It Follows? We're gonna do It Follows, but it totally slipped my mind that Russell had picked Saturday's watch along for Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. So that is what we will be doing on Saturday. Menelec's pick of Hell House LLC will be on Sunday. And then Menelec has another pick for the next Saturday that I do a watch along, and that will be for It Follows. So for anybody that was very confused by me last night, I do apologize. I do want to apologize to Russell and Menelec because, I just got totally mixed up. And I was thinking today, I was like, wait a minute, we're doing Death Sentence on Saturday. So the poet, I know you were in here last night, so sorry for the little snafu, for my little memory lapse that I had last night for whatever reason. So for some reason, I'm super tired all of a sudden. So I'm going to get through and talk about these movies because I want to put some content out there. I don't know why I got so tired. I've got caffeine and everything, but I was messing around with Photoshop and all that, and was just almost nodding off. I got so sleepy. So anyway, hopefully I won't fall asleep on you guys and gals that are watching this tonight. But I wanted to remind everybody too, that because this is a live stream, and I may have said watch along a second ago, live stream, because this is a live stream, you will have the opportunity to throw your hat in the ring for another watch along. Okay. So if you're the only one that gives a $5 super chat or more, then you will get your pick for the next Sunday watch along that I do. Because Menelect is already picked, it follows for the next Saturday that I do. Okay. So that's how it works. If there's 2 people, then the first person that gives a super chat of $5 or more gets their pick for Sunday, and then the other person will get their pick for the next Saturday that I do one. If there are 3 or more, that's when we got to start putting the selections in a hat, and I draw one out, and I will draw one out on camera so everybody knows that I'm, being straight with you. I wasn't, looking at all the choices and picking my favorite one. It will be completely, a blind draw. Okay. So, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be doing anything tomorrow night. I may surprise you guys, but if I'm this tired tomorrow night, I may take a night off. I'm sure you guys and gals will understand if I do that. So everybody needs some time off from time to time. So I've been working on some designs. Victor had asked me to do a couple of designs for him, and I have sent those designs to him, and he has approved of them. So I'm going to move ahead with doing or creating the products that he wants. So, and Friday, I'm not sure about Wednesday or Thursday. Excuse me. But Friday, me and Candace should be doing another Friday Foolish. It's going to be the second part of our horror authors that other than Stephen King. Okay. How much to do a shirt to Poet? $20 for single-sided shirts. If you want a double-sided shirt, it'll be $30. If you would like a hoodie, those are $40 a piece. But just the regular t-shirts, one-sided, $20 a piece. And I am doing custom work. So if you go on deaditesondeck.com, and I have a clickable link in the description for this video that you can click on. If you go to my site, my shop site, and you don't find what you're looking for, please reach out to me just like Victor did. He emailed me. You can email me at evil.dead.chick1976@gmail.com. My email address is all over the shop site as well. So you can just do what Victor did, and you can email me and say, hey, this is what I'd like. Can you do something like this? I will create a mock-up. I will send it to you. And if you approve of it and send me the money, if we, make sure we agree on price and all that, once the money is sent, I will start creating the product at that time and get it shipped out to you. Okay. So if you're thinking about doing stuff if you want to get stuff for Christmas, might want to get in touch with me, especially if you're wanting custom work done, so that I can hurry up and get a design ready and let you approve it. Okay. So, let's get to these movies, shall we? All right. So the first one I want to talk about is Evil Dead 2. Now, you may be thinking, well, okay, Dana, you told us why you were thankful for Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead. But why are you thankful for the second Evil Dead? Well, here's the thing. Several people in my family, mostly on my mom's side, are into horror films. Like my mom always was. My Aunt Sandy, who, this is going to explain why I'm thankful for this. There was a time where I would basically spend just about every weekend with my Aunt Sandy. And we would watch horror movies, and we would make something. She'd always let me cook something in her kitchen or bake something in her kitchen. And we always had a lot of fun. We would bake cookies, or if it was cold, we would make chili. And it must have been cold when we watched Evil Dead 2, because the first time I ever watched Evil Dead 2 was with my Aunt Sandy. She was my horror movie watching buddy for many, many years. And we were eating chili. And I'll never forget her putting an Afghan up in front of her face. Now, you guys and gals that know what an Afghan looks like know that there's little holes that you could see through, so it wasn't really doing much for her unless she was closing her eyes too to block it. But we had so much fun. We laughed and had just a wonderful time. And I saw Evil Dead 2 before I saw The Evil Dead. So I saw really those comedic elements start to come out. And I think that was probably best for me that I watched Evil Dead 2 before the first Evil Dead, because it got me into that slapstick type of humor that Sam Raimi took from all those years of watching the Three Stooges, I would imagine, because there are a ton of Three Stooges gags in both Evil Dead 2. There's some in Army of Darkness as well. And I think I gained a greater appreciation for what Sam Raimi could do if you told him, like, you can't have all this blood flying all over. You can't have this red blood flying all over, Sam Raimi. We're just not, you got away with it in low budget Evil Dead, but now you're starting to get into the big leagues, and we're not going to let you do that. Okay. But he was creative. Man, oh man, was he creative. And we still had those awesome Deadites in this. And Ash got to do a little bit more other than just being thrown around rooms and stuff like that. So it was probably a lot more physical for Bruce Campbell. Sam Raimi always said that Bruce Campbell was the only person he knew that could flip themselves over. And indeed, Bruce Campbell does this as the character of Ash when his hand becomes possessed by the Deadites. The hand is banging dishes on his head and flipping him over and doing all kinds of things. And then, of course, he saws his hand off and it runs around, flips him off, and all kinds of stuff. So Evil Dead 2 is very much it's not a one-person film. This is a film that you want to watch either with another person, or better yet, a whole group of people, right? But I have so many fond memories of watching this with my aunt and watching it in the years after that first watch. But that first watch always stands out in my mind as an awesome time spent with my aunt, eating chili, laughing, just having a wonderful time. Okay. So that is why I am thankful for Evil Dead 2. Now, the next one, The Gates of Hell, aka City of the Living Dead. This is the first Lucio Fulci film I ever saw. This was the one that my dad, I heard him talk about because him and my mom had seen it at the drive-in. And this is one of those movies that I was like, oh, I've got to see this. This has got to be at least one of the greatest horror movies ever made. And indeed it was when I watched it, and have loved it ever since. But it cemented my love of Lucio Fulci films and left me clamoring to watch everything this man did, right? Hey, Victor. Victor, you say, I'm thankful for Evil Dead 2 because it's one of the most kick-ass movies of all time. I agree completely. This is always coming back here. And it makes me happy. So thankful for the movie that I have the VHS cover art tattooed on my leg. Oh, wow. That is awesome, Victor. I love that. Maybe sometime you could show us a picture of your tattoo. I have a tattoo also, but it's not a hard tattoo. It's a memorial on my upper back for my dog Sam that died several years ago. And I'm wanting some paw prints added for my other dogs, Brandon and Linnea, who have passed away as well. So I'm thankful for The Gates of Hell because it was a movie that my parents were able to share together and enjoy together at the drive-in. I watched it many years later at the drive-in, but I think I've told y'all the story of the Bob head drill scene is one of the big scenes for me in this movie, and I think it's one of the big scenes for a lot of people that like this movie. And me and Steve went to the Skyline Drive-In in Indiana several years back. And a friend of ours was in the next vehicle over from us. And I don't know what happened to this print, but this print was sadly missing the Bob head drill scene. And I remember looking at Steve and I said, "Where's the Bob head drill scene?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then our friend jumped out of his vehicle and yelled, well, maybe he didn't jump out, but he rode down the window and I rode down my window. And he yelled out and he said, "What the fuck happened to the head drill scene?" And I was like, "I don't know. This print was evidently missing it." Instead, it had a double scene of them pulling up in front of the funeral home. I'm like, man, I've waited for years to see this at the drive-in, and then we get a print with that scene cut out, man. But I think my parents got to see it in total whenever they watched it many moons ago, because my dad talked about a guy getting his head drilled and maggots flying into the window. One thing he didn't tell me about was a woman throwing up her entire intestinal tract. But he talked about most everything else. But I absolutely fell in love with Fulci's craft at that moment in time. So I have the fondness of getting to enjoy a movie that my parents watched at the drive-in. And I also cemented my love for all things Lucio Fulci. Now, I know Lucio Fulci had some stinkers on down the line, but this is not one of them, in my opinion. So I've loved Fulci's work ever since, and I still continue to go back to Gates of Hell and go back to The Beyond and House by the Cemetery. But this is the one that started all for me, folks. And Zombie. Can't forget Zombie. But this is definitely the one that started all for me. And so, gang, I know these aren't very long, but I don't really intend them to be, because there's only so much time you can spend on each movie. But I want to thank those of you that came into the chat, the Poet and Victor. I want to thank those of you that were watching but maybe didn't feel comfortable getting in the chat. And I want to also thank those that will watch this on the replay. Victor, while you're in here, because you may have not seen you answered all of my questions except for one in the emails that I sent you. You probably thought, "Good Lord, Dana, why are you asking me so many questions?" But I was wondering, those designs I'm doing for you, do you want the grittier version where it looks like it's got like film dust and scratches on it? Or do you want the clean versions of the images? Because I did both, but I just wanted to to make sure before I start on them that I use the correct images for you. So I will stay on here to give you time enough to answer. And also, I can stay on here to give y'all a little bit more time if you want to give a $5 or more super chat to throw your hat in the ring to pick a film for an upcoming watch along. We can do that. And if you, the grittier versions look cool, Victor, okay, cool. I will do that then. I just wanted to give you some options on those. And I already have the orange t-shirt picked out. So sorry about that. Okay. It's not Photoshop, Facebook stuff pops up. But I want to remind everybody too to be sure there is a clickable link for the Deadites on Deck horror shop in the description for this video. I keep trying to remember to put those in there when I get these live streams and or videos set up. So you can click on the link, go over to deaditesondeck.com, check out what I've got, a bunch of new designs, got some new candle scents, and there's more stuff to come. There's mouse pads on there, some new t-shirt designs, hoodies are available on there. And Victor could probably tell you, because I'm sure Victor's been on there looking around. He can tell you that there should be a ton of new stuff, including this little beauty. You can get the Lethal Ladies Inc., Lethal Ladies Incorporated logo on a shirt. You can get Deadites on Deck, a logo on a shirt, as well as many, many other ones. So if you're wanting to do, like I said, if you're wanting to Christmas shop and want to make sure that I get these things created and get them sent out to you in time for you to give them out as Christmas gifts, or if you want to get something as a gift from yourself to yourself, right? You can do that, but make sure you get your order in as early as you can so that I will have plenty of time to get your order created and out in time for the Christmas holiday. And especially if you want custom work, Victor was, he had the right idea. He got to me early and I got the designs. He approved the designs, and now we're ready to rumble here and get his product out to him ASAP. So anyway, I guess I'm going to call it a night because I have been on here for almost 25 minutes. But I want to thank everybody for coming out to watch me talk about these couple of films. If you didn't get in here in time, you can most certainly watch this on the replay. Yeah, I guess that's all from me for tonight. I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. And yes, there is a t-shirt for that on deaditesondeck.com with a very beautiful rainbow-ish image and that phrase that I just uttered. So I'm out of here for now, folks, but I'll see everybody next time.